Conflict, compliance, and confession.
I love children.
The penultimate episode of Season 2 has a lot going on, but today we're focusing on one particular idea. Right before Blake dines on a bullet, he asks,
"How long till you're on the floor?"
It's a fair question. Fisk is burning through his allies. So in this video we're going to run through all of them and take a look at how they compare to Daredevil's allies. Fisk is a leader, all the power flows down through him, but he is reliant on Mr. Charles and Governor McCafferty. Apart from those two who are actively working against him, all of his allies are suffering. Both Vanessa and Blake are dead. Buck has to be questioning his loyalty. He's smart enough to know there's some truth to what Blake said. Powell at his core is a thug. It was shown in episode 2 how ineffective his task force were when dealing with real cops. Now they're getting into shooting matches with each other. As soon as Fisk is gone, Powell is fucked. Hochberg may go sooner. He's siding with Fisk over his boss, the Attorney General. If Fisk has no use for Hochberg, he'll have no issue abandoning someone he claims.
He makes my skin crawl.
Waters isn't in it much, but her introduction shows she's cracking up. Phoebe was never truly one of Fisk's allies, but she did help spread his message, and now she's fleeing for her life. The one suffering the most is Dr. Glenn, who also happens to be Fisk's closest ally. She's the only one able to talk to him on a human level.
I wanted to check on you. Person to person.
She's also the only one who's truly in agreement with him on the anti-vigilante policies. Powell has no problem going outside the law to get even. Buck is a dog, happy to follow with no real personal agenda. Fisk has some feeling for Dr. Glenn on a human level, as he forgives her for stealing from his dead wife at her wake. The scene with her and Karen show how differently Fisk's allies and Daredevil's allies are handling the pressure. Dr. Glenn does get under Karen's skin by bringing up her brother, but she recovers and, well, Dr. Glenn goes from this
That's unprofessional
to this in about 15 seconds. Her job is to get into people's heads, and Karen ends up wrecking hers. Despite being in jail, Karen is more in control than Dr. Glenn. She doesn't even seem that bothered by being imprisoned. Okay, she seems a little annoyed here, and she's going to be a lot more annoyed when she finds out that's not the only place they check.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But at the end of the episode, she clearly isn't struggling. The same can be said for most of Daredevil's allies. Throughout the season, he's been gaining them, unlike Fisk, and the differences don't end there. While the swordsman left, he's still funding them. Jessica Jones just joined up. His other allies have suffered, but they aren't falling apart like Fisk. Angela is growing into being the White Tiger. McDuffie is continuing to fight for justice and ask the important questions.
What is a vigilante?
If it walks like a duck, that's all I'm saying.
Cherry is committed. He's getting in shootouts despite a recent heart attack. BB is in the worst position, but she was helping Fisk. Even as a double agent, she's still attached to him publicly. The resistance is aligned based on ideology and goals. They all want Fisk gone, so it makes sense for them to ally. That's the fundamental difference between them and Fisk. He's trying to enrich himself and destroy Daredevil, so he has to form alliances of convenience, which are inherently unstable, short-lived, and likely to end in betrayal. The two allies Fisk had who were more powerful than him were the Governor and Mr. Charles. The Governor is ideologically opposed to Fisk.
I don't like the way your husband wields his power. I don't trust it.
The only way they were able to come to terms was Vanessa promising she'd temper Fisk's darker impulses. That's not a solid base to build anything on. Not only does it require a third party, it also requires trusting a criminal wife to side with the Governor over her own criminal husband. Judging by this shot, she doesn't mind his violent streak. The alliance ends in betrayal from both perspectives, Fisk's being the revoking of Red Hook's Freeport status, and McCafferty's being the attempted murder.
Murder ain't no thing, but this here's some assassination shit, man.
Mr. Charles's ideology isn't clear, but his boisterous nature is the opposite to Fisk's reserved exterior. They could never form a relationship deeper than them being useful to one another. Fisk blew up any chance of a long-term alliance by shooting Mr. Charles's men and later stealing all the weapons, turning a powerful ally into a motivated enemy. So being Fisk's ally means you either end up dead, have a target on your back, or turn into his enemy. Fisk is burning down his own empire. I made a video on last week's episode you can see here. I'm Udo Rikudo, this has been Ramble Recap, and thank you for watching.